A lot of people have too much fat in their diet, all right? And they want to eat a lot of food at the same time. Now, the problem is that when you eat a lot of carbs and a lot of fats at the same time, it makes the fats store into fat more frequently. And that's why I tell people to watch the amount of fat in their diet and how much oil they cook with and all those kinds of things. Because what happens is that your body has fuel tanks, and what it uses is the glycogen, which is created from the carbs. So if you eat a potato, that's going to convert into glycogen and be stored in your muscle. All right. So what happens though is that your body can use fat as fuel, but it prefers carbs. All right. So here's what happens when you eat a lot of carbs and fats plus protein. And if you eat a lot of protein, some of that turns into a carb through a process called gluconeogenesis. And so we have carbs that can be converted from protein. And then we have carbs that are like carbs like potatoes. And then we have fats like olive oils. All right. But what happens in the body is you have the fuel tank, like I said, and that's in your biceps and all your muscles. All right. So when those fuel tanks get full, all right, the signal, well, not the signal, I should say, there's a leak. When you put gas in your car, if you keep pumping it, it's going to start spilling out of your car. That stuff that spills out of the car goes to your fat cells. That's why it's very important to understand how many carbs you need to fuel up. All right. And what happens is when you combine fat and carbs, too much of them, the fats won't be used as energy. They'll just go right to your fat, so to speak, because it's already got everything it needs from the carbs. So the extra carbs are going to go to your fat, and the extra fat's going to go to your fat because it doesn't need both and it prefers carbs. So that's why we want to keep the fats on the lower end, because we want the fats for the health benefits like our hair, our nails, our hormones. But we don't need an abundance of it, people think. We only need a little bit, for the body's functions. And that's where people get obese, because they combine those two things way too much. And then all that fuel leaks out, so to speak, and it goes to your fat cells. And that's what we don't want. So we have to learn how to manage our calories, our fats, and our carbs and our proteins properly. And that's how it works.